Forest. At the old ball game. Hey!
Welcome back to the Vintage Baseball Corner. I'm Chris. Today we're going to delve back into modern baseball cards with 2025 Topps Finest. Before we get started, I'm going to give you a quick examples and review of the different types of cards in Finest. I know many of you have already seen others opened up on other channels, but I wanted to give you just a very quick review and a way to very quickly recognize what cards are what. So let's get started with that, and then we'll get to ripping some cards. Finest is a 300 card set broken up into 3 tiers: common, uncommon, and rare. Broken equally between 1 and 100, 101 to 200, and 201 to 300 is rare. You can tell which is which on the back because of the card number, but also it tells you and says uncommon or common, uncommon, and rare on the back. However, I want to show you very quickly how you can tell from the look of the front of the cards. I want to share some quick print run information for you. As you can see on your screen, the commons are printed at 18,000 plus per card, uncommons at around 3,900, and rare at 1,300. So you can see how the distribution is between the 3 tiers. Now, numbers for these come from Slab Squatch Cards on X/Twitter. Give them a look if you like this kind of information. They do a really nice job. Note the 18,000 plus on the commons is about a 10% increase over 2024, but still lower than 21 through 23. So just felt like that would give you a little bit of context. Next, let's look at the front of the cards. If you look at the Shota Minaga on the left, the common, you'll see that the lines on the card go from top left to bottom right, with the lines getting very thick at the bottom. All commons will look that way. They do have small circles in the background as well. The uncommon in the middle, there all the lines go directly across horizontal. So it's really easy to differentiate the uncommons from the common and the rare. You do have a blue circle as well, a medium-sized blue circle on the uncommons, so you can look for that. And then the rares have a larger red circle, and the pattern of the lines is exactly opposite of the commons. They go from top right to bottom left. So once you kind of get those, get an eye on those and take a look, you'll very quickly be able to discern which is which. Next, I want to cover refractors. Here we've got a common and an uncommon refractor. These are just like any other Topps issue. They do say have the word refractor printed on the back in the upper right corner, so you can easily tell those. They are pretty easy to miss as you're opening cards quickly, so always look on the back for that. The checkerboard refractor is next, again, a common and an uncommon. They do not have the refractor printed on the back, but they're pretty easy to differentiate there. The checkerboards also do have numbered parallels, so be on the lookout for those two. One more time, I want to mention Slab Squatch cards. They do the math based on the odds that Topps provides, which used to be printed on packs and boxes. But they get in and do the math and the nitty gritty, and it's not always easy to determine based on what Topps gives us to know what quantities these cards are printed in. So just give them a look, give them a shout out. They do a great job, and I appreciate it. I check them for all of Topps issues. All right, next I want to look at, or I want to note on the refractors. Refractors are printed in smaller numbers than the checkerboards. Note, the checkerboards seem like a premium issue, but the refractors are printed in smaller quantities, which is the opposite of what you typically get with a Topps insert. If you'll pause the screen, you can take a look at the numbers. I won't read them all off to you, but if you'll notice, the rare refractor is printed at only 80 copies, making it a true short print. So I think it's just important to notice that those are printed less. Therefore, they may be ones that you can find cheaper and easier, because not everybody's going to know that. I'm going to look at the most 3 common inserts. These are 1 in every 3 packs. The arrivals, creators, and debut. You're going to see a lot of these. They're printed about 4,500 per card. They do have parallels, so those are available. but at the same time, those are going to be the most 3 common. They do have some less common inserts. We'll cover those if we happen upon some when we open up the packs here. Display. Very nice looking there. I think they did a really good job with these boxes. Reminds me of even better versions, but reminds me of what it would look like going into a drugstore or a grocery store when you're younger. There'd be a box like this sitting on the top, and you just buy a pack at a time. But that's not the case here. We've got 6 packs, 10 cards in each. We've already talked a little bit about the differences, so it's going to be time to get to ripping. All right, I'm going to set that aside here. Packs are here. See if I can set these. Tell you what, let's just set them right there like this for right now. All right, 10 cards. We've got Freddie Peralta in a common. Brian Reynolds common. Josh Young, same. Chase Dollander, the common, that's a rookie. Pitcher with a lot of promise. Well, our autograph in the very beginning, I'll be darned. Here is a autograph gold, I believe that is, to 50. Evan Longoria, a recently retired player. Really, really nice player. Let me set these down and see if I can't zoom enough. There we go. 14 out of 50 on the gold auto. I guess I wasn't expecting to hit that in the first pack, so that kind of threw me a little bit. We'll throw him up here. And I will sleeve every one of these cards. I'm kind of anal about that, but that will happen here not long after. All right, now we have the common checkerboard for Vlad Jr. Go ahead and put him up there for now. Kyle Tucker, Cubs. We got an uncommon to 150, and that's going to be blue. I don't believe that. Sky blue is lighter than that, so I don't believe that's going to be the sky blue. But really nice looking card. Obviously, the blue with the Cubs works nicely, the blue jersey. As you can see there, that does show it as uncommon. The uncommon, again, we talked about, has the lines going sideways rather than, corner to corner. So, but that's an awesome shot there. We'll take that. All right, now it looks like we're going to have our inserts. We got a Dylan Cruz Creators. That one is not numbered, so that's just a regular. And we have a Finest Timelines, numbered to 150. I guess that's a blue or a sky blue. It's kind of hard to see if you can get the blue in that. There's a better angle where you can get the blue, and it is numbered to 150 there. But the AL King case closed. Aaron Judge. Timelines. I like that. That's pretty cool. So we're going to set him over here. And our last card is an uncommon Bryce Harper for the first pack. So that's a pretty good start. I'm going to go ahead and put that there. Okay. I've got some more stands, but I may double them up and then just do a summary at the end. We'll just see how this goes. Try not to tear the wrappers up too much because I do like to keep them or utilize them sometimes in displays. PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong. He is only in the common section this year. Some players will have cards in all 3. Some just 1, some in 2. But he is only in the common section. But that's a nice looking PCA, and as a Cubs fan, that makes me very happy. I'm going to do this here real quickly. Bear with me one sec. I'll set these down. Okay, I'm going to put all the common cards together. And I'll put the uncommons over here. All right. Back to Sagano. Thought he might get traded at the trade deadline. Again, that is a common. Fernando Tatis Jr. Common. Ellie De La Cruz. That's a common. It does looks a little bit different, I guess, than the others, but nice looking card either way. And our second autograph, second autograph, Zebby Matthews of the Twins. That is a rookie in the purple, and it is numbered to 125, I believe we got. If I get that to where you can see it. Looks like it's 69 to 125, and I'm sorry, I'm just not sure how the glare's up. Maybe you got it right there, but Zebby Matthews is our other auto. And I'm going to just go ahead real quickly So this one here. In a sleeve, I'm going to go do the same thing for Evan Longoria. Now, I have seen some people get 3 autos in a box before. We'll keep our fingers crossed. That would be awesome. But we'll just plod forward and see how we go from there. All right. Luis Severino in the checkerboard. That is an uncommon checkerboard. I'm just going to stick him with the Vlad right now. A Lou Bob or Luis Robert in a purple uncommon to 200. 126 out of 200 for Lou Bob. That's a really nice looking card. Just the colors pop on that a lot. So we got 2 uncommon numbered cards there. Back to the debut. This is one of the common inserts. Chase Young, Tigers. I'm struggled a little bit this year, but still nice young player. We'll see. No pun intended. Uncommon Byron Buxton, and that is an refractor. I think it does. Yeah, it does say refractor on the top corner here. These non-checkerboard refractors are actually much lower printed than the checkerboard refractors. I don't remember exactly what they were. I'll put up on the screen how they were in 2024. I haven't seen the exact numbers on 25 yet, but I'm going to go ahead and sleeve that up too. Byron Buxton is having one heck of a year. And we're going to put, let's just put him over here with the timelines. And our last card of this pack is another Luis Severino in an uncommon. So 2 packs, 2 autographs, no rares. I'm just going to take it from the back here. Why not? All right. Let's just see what we got for pack number 3. Shohei Ohtani in the common. Rhett Lauder, rookie. Reds. Kobe Mayo, rookie. Orioles. He's playing first base now. Riley Green, all-star. Heck of an outfielder, nice player for the Tigers. Common. Connor Norby. Good young player for the Marlins. So rookie. Here's our first rare, and it is a Connor Norby. So I'm going to go back-to-back with that. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve this baby up too. On the rare side. Let's put him here. Actually, let me do this. Let me put rare down here. I'm going to get this one sleeved as well. This Judge Timelines. So far, we've done well with the numbers, but that's to be expected with this issue. And put Buxton Refractor right there. Pick our pack back up and get another numbered card right here in a Corbin Burns. So it looks like it's a Connor Norby and a Corbin Burns box. That is numbered to 250. That is a common purple refractor. Slide that here. Slide Lou Bob right on top for now. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve up Kyle Tucker too. I'm going to put Tuck down here. All right, now we've got some arrivals, or an arrivals. Kumar Rocker, rookie. A Mike Trout, creators. Again, not numbered, so just a base. And Zach Veen, rookie for the Rockies. I believe he's a fairly recent call-up, if I'm remembering correctly. I might not be, but and that is an uncommon. Let's go there. I'm just going to go ahead and put these 2 right here from now and move to pack number 4. See, this is what draws you in. This is the mirage effect I talked about earlier. You see all this great-looking stuff, and you're having a lot of fun, and you're enjoying it, and then you kind of look at it at the end, and you go, okay, well, it's nice, but there's not really a whole lot of meat there. Just kind of looks meaty at first. Anyway, Gunnar Henderson in the common. Luis Angel Acuna, common. Corbin Burns again. They tend to do a lot of that. In Topps Chrome, I had 1 blaster box, and I got 3 different Chris Sale cards. I believe it was a sepia, maybe a refractor, maybe a common. A base. I'm not sure, but still, there were 3 different ones all in one box. I think that happens quite a bit. There's a Stephen Kwan. Here's another rare of rookie Dylan Dingler of the Tigers. Nice catcher. Having a pretty nice first year with the Tigers. And I put Norby in. So both of our rare ones are rookies. All right, let's go see what else we got here. Aaron Judge in the checkerboard refractor. That's a common. Still gonna. We got Tarek Skubal in. Holy cow, that is a. Am I reading that right? Is that numbered to 10? That's 7 out of 10. So that would be, I guess, a red. I got to be honest with you. I've never pulled. I don't do a whole lot of modern stuff, as you can tell by my channel name. But I've never pulled anything lower than 25 before. So that's a pretty big, nice hit there. It's not a big rookie, but obviously one of the best pitchers in the game. And that is a red to 10. I like that. We're going to put him here in the middle right now. Sweet. All right, put the packs right here in the corner. Pick the rest of these up here. Justin Henry Malloy, the Tigers, and the Arrivals. I like these cards. I think they look pretty good with the stadium in the background. I think they would have looked even better if they could have superimposed their own stadium rather than just that generic stadium view. But, you know, I'm nitpicking. They're pretty, for a common insert, they're pretty nice looking cards. We'll again put the basic insert there. Lawrence Butler in the Creators. Again, not numbered, so none of these, I believe, have been numbered. And lastly is an uncommon Chris Bryant. Got a good place in my heart for his role in the Cubs winning the World Series in 2016. Unfortunately, he just, after leaving the Cubs, that was not very smart, has not had it as nicely as he had it before, which is unfortunate. All right, moving on. Hyun-Sung Kim, Pete Alonso, these are the commons again. Manny Machado, Rolos Martinez, Max Muncy rookie. Look at that. I just saw a third auto. I'm not sure who it is yet. It is Adam Mazur. I cannot say that I'm real familiar with him, but we did get a third auto in this box. That is pretty crazy. Hey, it'd be nice to get a third auto in the second box too. Then I guess maybe I'm being a little greedy here. I'm going to put him with Zebby Matthews. They are both pitchers and both rookies. All right, next up, we have Bobby Witt Jr. This is the magenta, which is what I thought the Skubal was at first. And this one is numbered to 200. It is a rare magenta. It's 200 of 200. So that's kind of a bookend. Nice looking card. And just colors. Again, they draw you in. I used to joke that the shiny stuff I was allergic to. Referring to all modern cards, but obviously I have learned to get over that. I'm going to slide those over here and put the magenta there. And I do really these chrome cards, and I do really like these finest cards. Drake Baldwin rookie in the debut. Braves fans, that's a nice card there. Again, that one's not numbered. I'll sleeve all those up here in just a second. Andrew McCutchen. I believe this one is different. Yeah, this one's a refractor, so it's not the base. It's not numbered, but it is a refractor, so it's, again, a little bit more short printed than the base Creators. And just bear with me while I get him sleeved up too. Man, this is an awful lot for one box. Uncommon Jazz Chisholm. Okay, so last pack for the first box. Here we go. Drew Thorpe. Spencer Schwellenbach. Commons again. Paul Skeens. Nice one there, even though it's a common. Byron Buxton. And here is a uncommon Chris Bryant in the checkerboard. So we'll go ahead and throw him in a sleeve. I'll slide him in front of Aaron Judge for right now, but we'll do a recap here shortly. Here's another one, by the way, Ronald Acuna. And that's a a common checkerboard. Ronald Acuna. All right, what else do we have here? Haesung Kim, number 200, and the blue, again, Dodger blue, nice color match. Looks really sharp. See if you can get that. That's number 29 out of 200. Set those right there and get him. I'll put him with Kyle Tucker. Couple more here. Cal Ripken on the timelines. Some ears, the cut on that looked funky. Looks like it's cut short at the top, and long at the bottom, but maybe that's the way these things are cut off to look closer. But a finest timelines, even looks like it's got a little bit of scratch there. That one might have had a little trouble coming out of the presses, so to speak, the cutting machines. Tyler Locklear, going back to, that is a refractor. So we'll go ahead and sleeve that too, even though that's a common, it is a refractor, and those are much, much lower printed than the regular ones, even though they are not numbered. And I just go ahead and put him with Buxton on the uncommon refractor. Last card of this box is Marcus Semien, uncommon. Nice card there. So all in all, like I say, it's a pretty nice box. I didn't have a huge hit on the autograph. Did get, Evan Longoria, which is a very, very nice player. I'm going to pause this, put these together. I'm going to do a quick summary on this, and then we'll get to box number 2. All right. I know this is a lot. So this is one box, and that does not count any of the commons or the uncommons. So I'll go through them very quickly. We got 3 autos. We got Evan Longoria, Adam Bazur, and Zebby Matthews. The latter of the two are rookie pitchers. The first, the Longoria, is numbered to 50. The third, Matthews, is a purple to 125. The Missouri is a base, it appears to. We got a Tarek Skubal in a red, numbered to 10 on a common. Kyle Tucker, numbered to 150 on an uncommon. Haesung Kim, also in a blue. This is a common, so it's numbered to 200 on those two. We got Bobby Witt in a magenta. Now, those are the most common or highest printed of these refractors that are numbered. This one is numbered to 200 because it's a rare magenta. I believe the common ones are to 350 and the uncommon ones are to 300 maybe. Maybe 250. I might be off. All right, we got a couple of purples. Luis Robert Jr. and Corbin Burns. I believe both of these. One's a common at 250. One is an uncommon at 200. I'll just go ahead and stick those here. We've got a 150 on the finest timelines for Aaron Judge, number 8 out of 150. Just so slide him over there. Next, we have Judge again in the checkerboard, common checkerboard, same on Acuna, same on Vlad Jr., all 3 common checkerboard refractors. Luis Severino is an uncommon checkerboard, and as is Chris Bryant. So we got 5 of those checkerboard refractors. Next, we have 4 of the creators. McCutcheon is the refractor. So that's going to be, again, more short printed. We got a Dylan Cruz rookie, Trout, and Lawrence Butler. So 4 of the creators. We got 2 debut, Drake Baldwin, Jace Young, and 2 arrivals, Kumar Rocker and Justin Henry Malloy. Stick those there. Actually, we'll stick them here. We have the finest timelines with Cal Ripken. This is a base. Just go ahead and stick him right there for right now. This is another refractor. It's a common refractor. Again, those are shorter printed, even more short printed than the checkerboards. Got that. And then we have same thing with Byron Buxton. Both refractors. This is an uncommon, so it's going to be shorter printed yet. Then we have the 2 rares. These are not refractors, but Dylan Dingler and Connor Norby, both rookies. So that's a very, very nice haul in box 1. Let's be greedy and see if we can get the same or better out of box 2.